Today we're going to make this cute amigurumi cat. I'm Rose and welcome to my channel. To make the cat, I'm using Chenille Home Slim by Loops and Threads in the Seed Pearl color. For the nose, I am using Yarn Bee Velvety Smooth Sparkle in the blush color. And for the whiskers and mouth, I'm using Caron Simply Soft in the charcoal heather color. You will also need a crochet hook. I'm using 6.5 millimeters. The Chenille Home Slim calls for an 8 millimeter hook, so I'm gonna use a 6.5 just so there isn't a lot of holes. A pair of scissors, safety eyes. I'm using 12 millimeter wiggle eyes. I get these from Hobby Lobby, and a needle, and always optional is a stitch marker. To start the cat, I'm going to chain 2, make a slip knot, chain 2, and now I'm going to place 6 single crochet back into the center stitch. I'm sorry, the first stitch. I usually do a magic ring, but the Chenille does not always like to pull, so we're going to do it this way. 5, 6, and then we're going to do a single crochet back into the first stitch. For round 2, we're going to go right back into the same stitch and place another single crochet, and we're going to place 2 single crochets into each stitch all the way around. So in the end, you should have a total of 12 stitches in all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if you would like to put a stitch marker so we know where we're starting, our first stitch, you can do that. For round 3, we're going to place 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and then 2 into the next stitch. So we're going to have an increase row, and 1 in the third stitch, and 2 in the fourth stitch. And we're going to continue the 1 to 2 ratio all the way around for round 3. This yarn is giving me a hard time. And then 2. And you should have a total of 18 stitches in the end. And 2, and you should be back at your place marker. For round 4, we are going to place 3 single crochets into the first 3 stitches, and then into the 4th stitch we're going to make our ear, and we're going to work into this front stitch only, and we're going to place a single crochet into the stitch. I'm going to place a half double crochet into the same stitch, another half double crochet into that stitch, and then a single crochet into that same stitch. So that's going to form our ear, and then 2 single crochets into the next, or 1 single crochet into the next 2, and then we're going to place our next ear, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to work into this front stitch, the front loop only, and we're going to single crochet, half double crochet, half double crochet again, and single crochet all into that same stitch. So it's going to look like this. And now we are going to single crochet into each of the stitches all the way around for round 4. And we should be right back at the beginning to start round 5. For round 5, we're going to place a single crochet into each of the stitches, and then when you get to where the ear is, we are going to go into that back loop, and it's way at the bottom down here because we went into the front loop here. Now we're going to place a single crochet into the back loop of that same stitch, and then we're going to work into these 2 single crochets between the ears. So come up and single crochet and single crochet again. So that's going to pop your ear out, and we'll go back behind the second ear and go into the single crochet into the back loop only and make a single crochet, and then we'll come and finish round 5 with single crochets all the way around. Alright, you should be back by the stitch marker, and then we will start round 6. For round 6, we are going to place a single crochet all the way around until we come to the bottom right underneath where our ear is, and we're going to place our feet, and that's going to be I believe 11 stitches all the way around, or in the 11th stitch. So I'm going to go right into this stitch, the front loop only. I'm going to yarn over and we're going to make a bobble stitch. So you're going to pull up a loop, go through two, pull through two, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through two. So you should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over again, pull through and 2. You should have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then pull through all 4, chain 1, and then that's your bobble stitch. And now we're going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches, and then we just poke out that stitch, and there is one of your feet. And then we're going to do the same for the second foot. So 2 stitches, and then we're going to go into the front loop only and make another bobble stitch. So pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 again, and you should have 4 loops on your hook, and you're going to pull through all 4, chain 1, and then single crochet into the next stitch. And then you're just going to pop out the bobble stitch. And those are going to be 2 of your feet, and we're going to finish with single crochets. So that is your face, your ears, and 2 of your feet. Is that round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I thought it was 6. I just wanted to make sure. So at the end of round 6, and I'll see you at round 7. Round 7, we're just going to single crochet into all the stitches all the way till you get to your foot. And then when you come to your foot, we're going to go into this back loop with a single crochet, and then come back up into those 2 stitches between your feet and single crochet, and then into the back of your next foot with a single crochet, and then finish with single crochets for round 7. I have a knot in my yarn. And for round 8 and 9, we're going to single crochet in each stitch all the way around. this is what your cat is going to look like so far. Round 10, we're going to single crochet all the way around for 12 single crochets. Well, 10, sorry, it's either 10 or 11 according to when where you started your next row. My stitch marker is way down there now, so I can't tell specifically where my row starts and ends. So when you come right below, which is either going to be 11 or 12 for you, stitch 11 or 12, you're going to place another bobble stitch into this front stitch only for your next set of feet. Pull through 2 and then pull through all 4. And then we're going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches, pop our foot out, and then our next foot is in the front, loop only, and then single crochet until the end of round 10. I'm going to pop it out. There you go. For round 11, I'm going to make a decrease round, and all I'm going to do is place 1 single crochet in the first stitch and then 2 together for the next stitch. Single crochet. Now if you like to do an invisible one, you can do that by just going into the front loops only. I'm just going to make regular ones. Single crochet, 2 together, single crochet, and then when I get to where I did the feet, I'm just going to do the same thing. There's going to be 2 together from me, so I'm just going to pull up a loop in the back loop only, and then go into one of the middle 2 stitches, 2 together, and then a single crochet, and then the same for this one, pull up a loop, and then 2 together, single crochet, 2 together, single crochet, and then that is the end of round 11. For round 12, we're just going to single crochet into the first 4 stitches, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to turn our work and we're going to go into 1, 2, 3. We're going to go into the second stitch, 1, 2, which should be right between the 2 ears. So we're going to go into the second stitch from where we did the 4 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to turn our work and go back into 1, 2, the second stitch, and single crochet. We're going to chain 1, and now we're going to work around these stitches to make the tail. So I'm just going to go back into these top stitches. With single crochets. And sometimes it gives me a really hard time, but I'm just going to work around. Make sure you do that chain 1. It helps to give a little bit of leeway to help find these stitches better. And then I'm just going to do 5 rounds. There, I'm going to stop my tail here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could have stopped at 4, 4 or 5, I think is good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of estimate how much yarn I'm going to need, because I'm just going to finish single crochets all the way to here and make a slip stitch. So I'm going to leave, and then I'm going to also need some yarn to stitch the bottom also. So I'm going to estimate I did a pretty big piece. So here I'm just going to take my needle now, and here we can make a knot. For the tail. And then I'm just going to stitch this bottom. Once or twice. I'm just gonna go through these stitches, and then I'm gonna go back through the tail. I'm gonna push it back through the tail, and then there's the tail. And then, excuse me, I'm just going to finish these with single crochets all the way to the end for round 12. And then slip stitch the end, and I'm going to pull it through. So I had a pretty big piece. I still have like a good amount left over so I can stitch the end, but here is the outline, or the cat without his face, her face, or stuffed. And then I will add my eyes and the stuffing, or the Poly-Fil. Alright, here I'm going to add my eyes right, so I want to add my nose about here, so right in the center, I'm going to add my eyes on that second row and make sure that you put them right into the stitch, otherwise it will go through, fall out. So there's one, and then I'm going to leave this space in between and place my other one. So there's the kitty eyes. I have to put the backs on. So I just went up through the back. Alright. So there are my eyes, and now, alright, we're going to take our Poly-Fil and then fill the kitty. So I stuff him pretty well. Her, him, I don't know what this is yet. Alright, and then I'm just going to tie the back, and then we will work on the face. And the tail, I just go through the back, through the two, and then just go around each of the stitches. Alright, and pull tight, knot it. Which isn't even a knot, I just kind of go through, and then I go through the back and pull it up. Alright, there's the kitty all filled in, tail, eyes, and now we'll add our face. To add the nose, I'm using the Velvety Smooth Sparkle Blush. I'm just going to add it into my needle, and then I'm just going to go through the middle 2 stitches here for the nose. I'm just going to pull it through a couple times. And then I'm going to knot it and pull it through. Now I have tried to make it like a triangle before, and it doesn't always come out that great as a triangle, so I'm just going to do it this way for now. And then I'm going to tuck both sides. Pull this through. and then pull this side through. And then, so it turned out looking like a kitty nose with like the triangle. So I did 3 through and then tied it. For the whiskers and the mouth, I'm using Caron Simply Soft. And I'm going to do the whiskers first. So I'm going to start up like by this eye, maybe a little bit out further than the eye. On a diagonal we're going to work. And I apologize, I can't give a precise measurement and kind of wing it. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to redo it until I like it. So there goes one. And then I'm going to go back up into the same spot I just was, and then come down about the same space down here. I wanted it a little bit further spaced out, but this might work. And then I'm just going to go back up into the same spot and cross over. And now I'm going to measure from here over to here, because I want to work on the diagonal over here. Sorry, I apologize if I was like looking at it and you couldn't see it, but I started on the diagonal here and worked down, and then brought it back. I'm coming back up through, and then I'm going to come diagonal over here and probably go up on an angle. Alright, let's see how I like that. And then, alright, so this is what this side looks for the whiskers. I'm going to come down. And then go back up to the same, well, I'm not going to go to the same spot. I'm going to, just for now, go to the same spot. So I'm going to come back out, go back through. I like where it is now. Looks, might not be identical, but, and then I'm going to come back down to where I want the other whisker to come over. And then I'm going to go in here into where the other whisker meets, and I'm going to come back up where I placed my first stitch in the whisker. So this side might be over further than this side. And I'm okay with it. If you're not, you can rearrange it however you like, but I'm going to knot mine, and then I'm gonna tuck the end in. you could just play around with it. Okay. And then there's the whiskers, the nose, the eyes, and then I'm going to do a mouth. And I'll probably just put the mouth right about here, right under the nose. And I'm just going to pull it right back. I'm going to go from, I start on my right to my left. I'm going to go back through where I came from, come down into the center. Oh, no, I think this is more the center right over here. I don't know if I like the placement, if I like it right under there, if I want it down further, but I'm going to leave it for now. I'm going to go back in to my cat got in here. And her tail keeps rubbing on my leg, and it kind of, I keep thinking it's something else. Like, keeps tickling my leg. I keep thinking it's a bug or something. It scares me. And if you don't like it, after you look at it and you're like, I just don't like this mouth, cut it right off and you can make another one. Because they could just pull right out. And I've done that multiple times. So, with other ones, so for now, I'm just going to leave this mouth. And then tuck everything. And then I'll show you the finished kitty. But that's what it looks like for now. Super cute. I love the face. I love the smile. Everything. Here is the kitty face all finished. I think it turned out super cute. The whiskers, the mouth, the nose, the eyes, the ears, his little paws, the tail. So here he is, and I hope you enjoyed making this little kitty with me today. And until next time, eat, sleep, pray, and crochet. Thank you so much for watching.